Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Ross, and welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20, a live streaming show where myself and some friends come over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now, before we get started, I do have a few announcements to make real quick. First off, to all my followers, I cannot express enough how thankful I am for your support to check out the stream, and those of you that have shared it with other friends, just an absolute huge thank you. Like I said, there's not enough words that I can string together to properly convey what I want to say to you besides thank you so very much for just your attention, your time, and if efforts you've made to share it, once again, just at a loss for words. Thank you. To help this community grow, we do have a few links just below the stream window. You can follow them to our Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. The Twitter account we will be using to keep you posted for when we go live, when we have new projects or streams coming down the line, things like that, so be looking forward to that. For our Discord, feel free to jump in and join our Dungeons & Dragons and also variety tabletop gaming community to where you can ask questions about the show, look for a group, even just get some questions answered. We're more than happy to help you out. For our YouTube, follow over there and subscribe so you can keep up to date with our episodes just in case you miss our Wednesday night stream. We have currently all the episodes uploaded and ready to go on a playlist. You can just click and go. So look forward to seeing that grow as well. And beyond that, these links will also be available in chat here in a few minutes so my mobile users don't feel left out. But yeah, let's kick off tonight's episode of Bar 20. Hello, my lovely table.
Howdy.
Well, hello.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Better now that we have D&D.
True.
Doing very well.
Good. Just get some quick links in here real quick. There we go. And this is where you can check out my artist for the background artwork you see here, as well as very soon you will be seeing some character art in its full completion across the board, along with some other things and subscriber perks. I also have an artist working on a lovely emote that will be familiar to some of you who are here for the adventure. If not, you'll still get to enjoy it should you choose to subscribe. But I believe that's those out of the way. Last week, our adventurers were able to finally garner some information from their contact with the Underguard, one of the seemingly various thieves guilds and kind of underbelly, seedy practitioners of business. Through doing some hard work through that, they can get done with their current objective of tracking down Taine. This lead was given to them that he would be looking for a cache of magical items that had been brought in for the Summer Solstice Games. Deciding to be close to these, two of them decided to enter. That would be Tamriel, our High Elf Inquisitor, along with Kelvin, our full orc Divine Blood Sorcerer. Is it Divine Soul or Divine Blood?
Divine Soul.
Divine Soul.
And
thank you.
Kelvin didn't voluntarily join. He was tricked into voluntarily joining.
Yes,
Whatever.
tricked.
Someone played upon his need to.
Impress everybody.
Sure, yeah, we can call it that.
Yeah, we'll call it that, sure. Through the first round of combat, some of us unfortunately saw a very hefty toll taken as Tamriel was defeated due to some well rolling on my part, but he decided to sacrifice gold for glory, abstaining his payment for continuation of this event. Throughout this, they also kind of had a quick encounter with Pyre, a Fire Genasi barbarian who displayed fantastical feats of martial prowess within the pit. A short break was given between... What was that?
She scares me.
She scares you? Following
How could someone that small be so angry?
So angry. Following a quick break so the group events could carry on, our party broke for a bit of a lunch and then saw way back to the arena, I believe. You were called back
Yes.
shortly after the afternoon period. Is that right?
Yeah.
Having actually trouble remembering for a second there.
Second round went a lot better. All around.
That's right. Second round went better, and then you had been.
That was our first brush with the magical items that we would be loaned.
That's right. And then you
And
were
we got
released for the night, actually, and told to come back in the morning.
Yes.
That's
correct.
right.
Yes.
Pardon my
Aw,
memory
yeah.
stream. I'm getting older now. All right. Well, that's where we left off, with being dismissed and welcome to your ways, whatever path you should take. Real quick, I do want to do a little bit of backtracking. Cathalia and Snow, I know you've been up to kind of trying to snoop out where these items may be cached when they're not in use, and I believe you did find that.
So Snow had found the cache that the guards were carrying to the room, and she followed them after seeing two of the competing individuals kind of
Also
sticking to the
following
walls,
them.
you had said, that were,
Yes.
hiding and following them. And she just tried to stay with the cache as much as possible, and that was all that we had gotten to there.
Okay. We will go ahead and finish there real quick. As I believe you had noticed you had not been spotted yet, but you weren't sure if it was because they were looking out for other people or just they were fixated on the cache of items being moved about.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that as you continue to move with it, they also did. Roll me one more stealth check. And if my time is correct, you should still have pass out trace up.
Correct. Oof, 17.
17. Okay. As you continue to follow this cache of items, you notice it actually does travel a fair bit of distance, almost around probably half to 3/4, almost to the other side of the arena itself before you spot just off in a bit of a distance there a door that leads deeper into the arena, kind of understands, flanked by two queen shields. And as they come up, they have a bit of conversation. The door is opened. The box is brought in along with the 6 guards, and then the door closes.
And this is towards the evening, or was this during the break?
This would be
I'm trying to-
when the individuals' events ended, and when they had their first round of magical items, and they were bringing in a different set of magical items for the group effect.
I see, okay.
Give me an insight check, please.
21.
21, nice. You would be able to guess that the individual items and group items are probably picked according to what their use is for. So those in the group set probably have some synergy and things like that to them, to whereas the individual items are more just for a singular person going into this event.
And if I remember correctly, there were 6 of the King's Blades with the individual items. And now we have another 6 with the group items? I'm just trying to get this straight.
No, you got it right, but it was 6 and 6, making but it was broken down further by 3 and 3. It was 3 from, you saw a mixture of 3 of the Queen's Shields and 3 of the King's Blades. It's kind of like a cooperative event between the two factors of this nation's army force, or guard force and larger force. And it's just information your character would know. You would know that the Queen's Shield is mostly like the town guard. It looks after within the confines of cities, towns, and villages that are within the region here. The King's Blade, you'd know, is kind of the outward force. They don't really occupy or stay within the walls. Aside from training and waiting for orders, you know they're usually a force that is outward within the lands.
So, I don't really want to mess too much with the guards. I assume that they have some idea of what they're doing. The 2 that we're following, what are they up to?
Give me a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
26.
You notice that, first off, that they have spotted you.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, they begin to peel away. And you kind of see the kind of larger frame hesitate from moving before breaking off. They don't actually, because they spotted you, they don't actually, you kind of deter them from staying with the cache of magical items. You feel confident, and I'll give you this with a natural 20. You feel confident they have no idea which of the rooms or doors that was the final location of this cache of items.
Okay. Ugh, I wish Cinder didn't have a 30-foot range. Well, she's not going to try and start anything if they're gonna go off and leave it alone. So she would probably then make her way back, circle back to the stands.
Okay. And Cathalia, is there anything you want to accomplish during this pretty much first good bit of the day? You would have been here for the morning events and also all the way through the group events if you decide to stay and watch them before having kind of a lunchtime with your party, and then now you're back after lunch.
I just probably keep an eye out for people that I know I don't like
Okay.
Taine, like see if he's around, and then see if there's just anybody acting sus.
Sure, give me a perception check, please.
15.
Nice. Looking around, you don't really see anybody that looks suspicious or anything like that. Most of the people here in the stands with you are, right next to you, you have the Lord and Lady Turn.
Mm.
And then about the arena itself, it's mostly just people enjoying these games. They're having drink and food and shouting at the combatants in the pit. You see some kind of coin purses being passed about, you imagine, for the betting pot that goes along with this.
Okay.
That's about all you can gather. Aside from watching
Yep.
the games themselves.
Cool.
Anything else?
Other than panicking over my party being in there, no.
Okay. All right. Well, all of you have been given your time. You can choose to stay to watch a group event if you so wish, or you can break off for your evening and then sleep. I'd say probably at this point it's probably about 2-3 o'clock, pushing more towards the 3.
I'm going to be more focused on rejoining with everybody
Okay.
and kind of discussing what we've seen rather than focus on just hanging out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose I will walk out of our bunker area, the waiting
waiting room.
area for the arena. Yeah, the waiting room. I'm trying to think. I'm like, it's not a barracks. It's not a bunker. My brain is not wanting to work today.
It's fine.
Yeah, waiting room, and go look in the stands and try and find Cathalia and Snow, or at least one of them.
Okay. Calvin?
So,
I will. Yeah, I will. If we're letting out for the evening.
Yes. You
Yeah,
do
I
know
will,
there's still one more round of the group games to happen, but essentially they said, all right, individuals, come back tomorrow morning, shortly after breakfast, and you will begin the day of the solstice events.
I would probably stay and watch just to get a feel of what's going on.
Okay.
But we don't need to go over any of that. I would just watch them.
Okay. Pyre, what do you do with the rest of your day?
Probably sit in the stands kind of watching, but, kind of disinterested, just kind of like gaining my strength back a little bit, just relaxing.
Fair enough.
How far away would Pyre sit from Kelvin?
I don't know.
Clear across the other side.
But then he can look right at Fire, and I don't know if I want to make eye contact.
Kelvin, I'm gonna need you to roll psychic damage for that burn.
Does Pyre look hurt still?
I mean, she's not really showing it. Show no weakness,
I was gonna ask, are either of you two still hurting at this point?
I'm a little sore,
How is everybody
but
looking?
I'm not terrible.
Yeah, like the
Like-
most Pyre is doing is like rubbing her, like moving her arm back and forth,
Because I can give y'all cure wounds if you need one.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 39, I'm about a 24.
Okay, you're about
Alright.
a 24.
I'm
Kelvin, how
about
are
a
you
24.
Similar scale, but only up to 30, and I'm a 28.
looking? Okay, Pyre,
I'm pretty bad.
pretty bad. How
Pretty bad.
What's your health points at?
8.
Okay, so
All right, we're talking.
all of you see Pyre. She comes up and she's got some cuts and still not profusely bleeding, but semi-open wounds on her kind of black ashen skin. But she doesn't seem to be slowing or showing any signs of "I'm a wounded creature." She still is standing tall and proud.
Question for Pyre, are you within 60 feet of us?
Yeah, probably. She's just like walking around.
You get a healing word then.
Yay.
Pyre, as you're walking around, you don't really hear the source of it, but you feel a arcane kind of push upon your body. And at first you're like, oh god, what's happening? But then it's soothing, and you feel a bit revitalized. You regain 7 hit points.
All right.
You're still unsure of where it came from.
Since the boys are apparently set, that is the extent of what I can do for now.
All right.
I'd say if you want to try and look around for it, you can. Your call.
Yeah, hold on. My character sheet's messing up on Roll20. Gonna have to do it from D&D Beyond. Alright, so that would be perception.
Yes.
Alright.
You got it?
Yeah, on.
Well, she gets that going. Kelvin Tam,
Yeah.
you easily get back to
Yeah.
the stands and find Snow and Cathalia kind of sitting, if you're currently placed as you are, opposite sides of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably head towards Snow rather
Okay.
than Cathalia, just because of Kelvin.
Okay. Tamriel, you make your way up into the stands and you head over to Snow. Kelvin, I imagine you go to find your sister?
Yes. Can I actually make my way directly past Pyre as I go?
Sure.
Seeing that she was, not wanting to let anyone know that she was hurt and just playing like she was okay, I'm going to use the subtle spell Meta Magic and subtly cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds as I just, brush right by her.
Okay.
So she just feels better, but she doesn't know why.
So,
Just like, what the heck is all this?
Pyre,
Yes.
as you're looking
Everyone
around,
is
trying to
healing
figure
you
out, trying to
from
figure out
afar.
where this first wave of kind of this divine health came to you. You watch as the full-blooded orc comes past you and goes, excuse me, and like doesn't quite shoulder check you, but uses his hand to kind of gently push you aside. And you notice that as this happens, you feel another similar wave of this kind of healing energy wash over your body, and you regain 6 hit points.
All right.
Much larger dice, worst cast.
Oof.
Well, that was supposed to be cast at a 2nd level, so it should be another D8. Let me roll that.
Another D8? Okay.
Yeah, because I.
Yeah, it only got one.
Yeah, I don't know. I put it as 2nd level, but for some reason.
They didn't want to.
Because it says on there higher level cast.
Yeah.
8 and 6. It's got 8 and 6, so it's 14.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that, yeah,
14
okay, I see it
total.
now. So you regain 15.
So I guess it would just keep stacking. Like if you cast a 3rd level, it would give you a 3rd roll.
Interesting.
But there you go. So you feel quite a boost of your physicality be regained.
All right. And I finally got it to work, so...
Any reactions to this or anything you want to do, Pyre?
Probably just look around like, what the heck is going on right now?
Okay.
Not just, like, kind of scared a little bit, like, what the heck?
Okay. Go and give me a
Absolutely waiting for
perception
the
check, please.
other shoe to drop.
Did you hear me, Pyre?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, it's okay. Please give me a perception check.
Okay. Hold on real quick. It's being slow today. I do not know why.
It's alright.
There are some times when it just stays slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
It's like there's nothing you can do. It's not on your end. It's just they're slow.
Alright. This is probably going to take a little while, so if you just...
If you just want to roll it from D&D Beyond, then just tell me what it was. That's fine.
Yeah. Alright. So how do I roll it from there?
As
I'm
you
used to
look at
doing it
your-
on Roll20.
That's alright. As you're looking at your character sheet,
Mm-mm.
And then you look over perception. I believe on the number to the right of it should be a little, like a clickable box around it.
Yep. There we go. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Looking around, you're having a little bit of trouble kind of trying to spot where this may have come from. You do notice, the orc just brushed past you, but never really seen him heal. You've mostly seen him cast damaging spells. And then looking about, it's just difficult to discern who may be having their focused attention upon you.
Okay. Somebody did something. I know that.
You know that, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're staying to watch these group fights, is that?
If everybody wishes to stay to watch a group fight, I will say that you watch as an individual or a group of about 4 people get brought into the arena before a familiar set of enemies come out. You see 2 pairs of the animated armor come out, along with some of the smaller creatures you fought before. Kind of a smaller version of what Tamriel went against, the kind of this blue-colored frog with this kind of a mist that seems to be constantly coalescing off of it. It's a pretty quick cleanup. This group works well together. You notice that 2 of them seem to be a bit more on the ranged end, and then 1 in full plate mail with a shield and kind of a mace is towards the front lines, as the 4th member is in the back, kind of keeping themselves distanced from the combat and doing some spell casting. Let's see how well they do. They do okay. It's a bit of a closer fight than what you would anticipate, but it seems that the animated armor, along with kind of watch as Tamriel, you kind of get a bit of this too as you're watching. Anyone that seems to be close to that particular blue-skinned frog creature seems to just be almost covered in a bit of frost as their duration close to it increases.
I unintentionally shiver. As frost-based PTSD sets in.
Yeah, roll for PTSD.
No, we'll use one of her cantrips, produce flame, and just hold it out next to him.
That's so sweet.
So after a few rounds of that, the next group comes up. Let's see how well they do. See who gets eliminated today. Oof. Not bad. Fail. As the second group comes up, you watch these pair of kind of larger dragon-like alligators come out, along with a large constrictor snake. And the group is just, they can't seem to get their teamwork together, and they're taken down pretty quick. As the familiar archers that are posted above draw their arrows and just rain down on the couple of remaining creatures before you watch a group of clerics come in and get everybody back up. The announcer kind of using this moment to kind of bring himself on his podium, takes his wand, puts it to his throat. Well, that's just unfortunate, but we've seen one great display of combat and then a not so great display of combat with our second round. For the third, our returning champions coming to see what they're made of. And he steps back. For the third one, you notice just a pair of 3 individuals comes up. Kind of a bigger, burlier guy. One of them a kind of a halfling gnome, halfling rogue. There we go. Words. And then the third one, kind of in between in stature, wearing mostly robes. Let's see how they do. Wow, alright. Natural 20. A fail. But that natural 20 counts as 2. The size of this party, you're all like, they're not going to make it. The other groups were 4 and 5 each, and the group of 4 went down quick. But these 3, it becomes quickly apparent how long they've worked together and been in combat together, as the one who mostly casts spells seems to be putting some buffs on his party while maintaining smaller kind of range spells. The larger individual, Pyre, you would notice this along with each other, he goes into a rage, and you kind of notice quickly, yep, he's similar to my fight style. His eyes kind of bloodshot over as he just starts taking a great sword and just going to town on whatever is brought forth. You kind of see two smaller of the double-headed black dogs, along with a bit of a kind of a wormling of a red dragon, which is a bit of a surprise. You're definitely getting the sense, I would say, for everyone except Pyre. Would you have stayed for a year here by now, or no?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you're used to kind of the events that can lead up to the summer solstice festivities. You know that they bring in a lot of exotic beasts from all over the continent just for this, because you know it's kind of a huge deal to this culture. For Cathalia, Kelvin, Tam, and Snow, the rest of you, you're like, wow, they wrestled down a red wormling? It's incredible. But sure enough, this party stands victorious. Announcer comes up. Well, that's it for the gladiator games, both individual and group. Stay by for our performers. Bards from all over. Tell tales and sing song. You get to be the judge of who moves on. And he steps down. And you kind of see that some people are like, I don't want to watch that. I'm here for the blood. And some groups of people begin to take off.
I will turn to my sister. Are you ready to go?
Hmm?
Are you ready to go?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired.
All right. I will stand up and start to head out.
Okay.
When I see Kelvin stand, I'll probably nudge Snow and say we should probably go too.
Alrighty. Snow is gonna take a final glance at where she remembers the excursion she took ending, and she will follow them.
Follow your party?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We'll say Pyre at this time. You would notice a couple of the individuals you're familiar with begin to also move out of the arena area.
Yeah.
I'd give her a wave as I've left.
And I would cock my eyebrow at him and kind of tilt my head, like still trying to figure him out. But I can't. But
Give
then
a
I,
head nod.
yeah, just like, okay. But I decide I'm hungry. I want something to drink. I'm going to the inn to eat.
Okay. For you, the inn nearest you that you'd be staying at would be... the Angry Barrel.
All right. Sounds like my kind of
Fitting
place.
name.
You don't say.
You don't say. I looked at my list. I was like, all right, who's close to the Iron Coliseum? Oh, of course, that one. Makes sense. It's next to it.
Yeah.
Fire and death? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's great. All right.
We sing Kumbaya.
Yeah. So I would say for the larger bulk of this party, you come out and you can choose to head all the way back to where you're used to, or you can find a place to eat around here. Your choice.
Maybe we should eat back at the inn so we can discuss what we found while we were there. What do you guys think?
Which one are you referring to?
Our place that we're staying at now. The
Pint,
Gracious
yeah?
Pint. Yes, the Gracious Pint. Yeah. I
Certainly.
mean, it's a bit of a walk, but we don't have to pay yet.
It
so
is a long way back.
It's all of like,
Took us, what, you said it was like 45 minutes to an hour to walk to the
walk,
Coliseum?
yes. If there was no crowds, it'd be quicker. But because of just the sheer density of the festivities going on, the side games, the carts, the people in general, it makes it a bit of a longer walk.
I mean, I personally don't mind the walk, but if y'all would rather go somewhere closer, that's fine too.
I'm totally fine with going where we don't have to pay for things. And
Yeah.
also, who really wants to hang around with bards?
To the pint it is then.
All right. All of you head back to the pint.
Would we have any time? Like, are we still surrounded by people where we can't really talk? Or are we kind of
pretty
like
crowded.
broken up? It's pretty crowded, yeah.
It's probably about halfway back to the Immortal Meadery before you start seeing the crowd disperse. You would gather that most of it seems to be taking place in the Spiraling Square, the Red Grove, and bleeds a little bit into the Horizon Ward. But by the time you get to the Horizon Ward, you kind of notice that it pretty much there's almost no festivities in the deeper part of the Horizon Ward, and closer to the Sky Ward, there's just regular business, people being out and about. You kind of gather that not a lot happens because of the type of area this is, and they don't really want loud ruckus throughout the night, being that they are kind of a higher status. And that they would probably want to keep too many unknown people away from such
Very true.
places of high financial influence.
While we're walking, I'm kind of keeping an eye and looking to see if anybody's particularly paying attention to us as we're moving, especially any of the other competitors.
Once you get
Any
about
of the other, like,
a solid not even 1 to 2 minutes away, you don't really notice any competitors around you.
okay, and no one's following us, trailing us, walking parallel to us, or anything like that behind us.
Roll a perception check, please.
Okay. Come on, don't suck. Crap.
You don't notice anything.
10. I do not.
There are a lot of people.
There's a
And
lot
I
of people,
am
and
still
even you're
sore.
like, oh god.
It's too many. It's too many.
I would say with that, you probably believe there's probably about 2 or 3 people following you, actually.
Of course. I'm gonna kind of throw my hood up,
Okay.
and I am going to whisper to Cathalia and Snow to keep walking as I try and, like, blend back in with other people around us to try and get a better vantage point to see who keeps following them. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Give me a... Give me a stealth roll and a general charisma check.
27 on stealth,
Dang, nice.
14 on charisma.
Okay, nice. You feel confident that you're able to... For you, stealthing wasn't the problem here. It was trying your best to be
Blend in.
within the crowd and blend in while having a hood up and kind of skulking a bit. But you feel like you've done a good job of that, and you notice there's probably about 3, now even 4 people that seem to be walking in a similar direction to that of your party.
Okay. On that note, I'm going to kind of keep my cloak tucked around me, whip in hand, and pray to God that none of my party starts looking around for me.
Okay. Anybody else have anything for this walk home?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. So, Tam, as you're trailing behind your party, how far are you staying behind them?
They're probably 10 or 15 feet.
Okay.
Close enough that I can shout and definitely get their attention, but far enough back that if that it wouldn't be obvious that I'm also keeping an eye on them.
Okay. You notice as two of these individuals begin to kind of find a different route, and they begin to move just away from your party in general.
Okay.
But there is two more that are still kind of following a similar direction of your party. As you move now through the spiraling square, you're getting closer to the entrance to the Horizon Ward.
And how are they dressed?
They're dressed a little bit kind of above average. I would say
Okay.
not quite hand-sewn tunics and trousers, but definitely something of a higher quality than you would catch around they're nicer
Ward.
clothes, yes.
Okay. Any obvious weapons?
That you can see, no.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, still weapon at the ready and keep moving.
Okay. As you get to the Gates of Horizon Ward, you watch as one individual has been watching a human male begins to dart towards the direction of the Horizon Ward, which is also the same direction your party is heading.
So is he darting more towards the ward or darting towards my party?
They're both headed the same direction. It'd be difficult to discern. If you want, you can roll an insight check or perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Let's give it another shot. 14?
He's heading in the direction of your party.
I am going to move to intercept.
Okay.
This could end very poorly. I'm gonna kind of cut him off from the party and ask him what he's doing loudly.
He stops, looks at you. Who are you? And what do you do? Move aside, and he will attempt to shove you out of the way.
Not a big fan of that.
He's going to go for the shove, actual physicality. So give me... You can contest it with a strength check, or you can go with...
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yeah.
Acrobatics it is. 14.
15.
God bless.
You go to step out of the way, and you are just shoved to the side as this gentleman begins to continue to dart past you and move towards your direction of your party, along with the direction of the kind of Horizon Ward.
How far is he from them?
You were about 15 feet away, so probably about 10 feet at this point.
10 feet at this point.
Hearing
I'm going to
the
call out. I
ruckus.
was going to say, I'm going to call out. Guys, incoming. As I stand, and my whip is now outwardly. It's like out and uncoiled. I'm ready to like snatch this fool.
Okay.
Turn around. Just turn around.
You turn around as you see an individual running towards you.
Does he look like he's gonna hurt somebody?
No, he looks a little agitated, but he's mostly just seems to be just kind of moving a little quicker. Like, not like a hard run, but like a good jog.
Can I just call out to him? Hey, what's going on?
He will just look at you, like, confusedly, and just keep moving past you.
He just keeps going?
Yeah. He starts to kind of, like, jog into the Horizon Ward. Let's say
Okay.
everyone who's watching this individual move past the party, probably everyone, yeah. Give me a perception check.
21.
Nice,
18.
nice.
5!
Kelvin, you're busy staring at Tam. Cathalia, Tam, and
Like,
Snow,
dude,
you watch
I was
after about
sleeping.
20, 30 feet of running into the Horizon Ward. You watch as a kind of a female figure who was running towards the ward. They come together into a large embrace. Like, he wraps his arms around her and, like, holds her close, even picks her up, and they're, like, laughing, smiling.
Oh.
There's nothing more dangerous than love. Don't ever forget that. And I just keep walking.
quietly behind. Not everything's out to kill you.
Yeah, when you can survive for 800 years in the wilds by yourself, we'll talk.
So, a few more minutes of moving to the Immortal Meadery. The party is welcome to Roland, who is standing there at his usual podium at the front of the door. Ah, welcome back from the games. I believe Lord and Lady Turin went there as well. Did you see them there?
Yes.
Fantastic. I hope it was a fun adventure.
Not exactly the word I'd use, but
It's definitely an adventure.
It was amazing.
Well, that is great to hear. Will you be having dinner tonight? Here? Or have
yes,
you already
please.
eaten?
Food would be wonderful.
Absolutely. He kind of looks at Tam. Maybe take a few minutes to get cleaned up while we have it prepared.
Yes, I will be right back as I kind of half dirt, half ice toad slobber, and just not having a great day. Just kind of go upstairs.
Okay.
Change clothing, clean my armor, take a minute, self-reflect, and realize that I am way too paranoid to be around this many people. As I get dressed and head back downstairs after I clean up,
Okay.
take a bath.
Everybody's given probably about 30-45 minutes before you are summoned by Roland with the usual knock at the door. Dinner's prepared. Tonight's is beef stew with a bit of a noodle and some fresh baked bread from a baker on the corner.
Sounds
Sounds
wonderful.
wonderful.
So all of you are given your usual meal and welcome to discuss anything you wish to discuss. And while you
Noah's not going to say anything until they're private, so she's just going to enjoy the meal.
Okay. Pyre, what would you like to have accomplished with the rest of your evening at the Angry Barrel? Kind of a, I wouldn't say quite a seedy tavern, but definitely a little more rough and tumble with the sort of people that frequent this place, with it being so close to the Iron Coliseum. Most of them being competitors of the Coliseum itself, or people who work there and come here to let steam off. There actually is a bit of a smaller fighting pit kind of off in the corner. Bare knuckle brawling.
This is the kind of place that bards don't frequent.
Pretty much, yeah. You don't hear legendary tales through these halls. You hear the sound of bone cracking and foul language.
I mean, it's definitely my scene, but either most people are super drunk or they're competitors, so I ain't dealing with nobody.
Okay.
So I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna, get washed up, and then I'm going to bed. Get ready for tomorrow.
Okay. Easy enough. The rest of the party has their dinner, and you will probably, usual habits, say you meet in the room upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. Once you have your door closed, locked, and you feel safe and secure, what conversations would you like to have?
I was not a fan of being halfway eaten today. But I was able to notice a few people that paid a little bit extra attention to the magical weapons.
As did I.
And I will describe the two contestants that also fought that I noticed. The sword and board human with the dwarvish boar's head tattoo, and oh no, I lost the other one.
It's okay, so did Snow.
The guy with the daggers.
Rude.
Damn.
Wow.
But you got that correct, yes. You noticed that the first round he mostly fought with daggers, and the second round he had a rapier and a dagger.
Yes. Those two paid extra special attention to the stuff, and the guy with the sword and board almost seemed like he was going to actually try and put up a fight to keep the item he was given. Which I'll admit, that little bauble definitely helped. I would not mind procuring one of those after we're done.
The ability to get around the battlefield really helped out a lot too.
Oh yeah, I noticed how you ran a bunch and survived both of your fights because of it.
Successfully.
Yes, successfully.
Snow, you would recognize these two he's describing as the two you pay attention to when you were scoping out the storage location of the magical items.
And I will basically just go through describing getting into the underbelly, following the cache that I saw getting put into one of the rooms, and the two people that were keeping an eye on them as well, and how they disappeared when they noticed me and I noticed them. I don't think they know where those weapons are being held, but they have a general idea of the area.
Well, general idea means there's still other doors, and that means they really only get one chance. Because someone would hear doors opening and closing. Were there people inside with the stuff as well, or did those people leave? Did they lock it up? Did they leave it?
As far as I saw, it was the same as what was in your waiting room. There are 6 there. 3 Queen's Guard, 3 King's Blade.
Oh, that's good. At least there's still 6 of them.
I would say that I would agree with you that people might hear the doors opening and closing, but in an event such as this, it's a matter of if the right people pay attention to that.
Well, if there are people that are specifically there to guard those items. My only concern is they'll bring more than 6. Taine will absolutely bring more than 6, and these kinds of weapons in his hands will be very, very dangerous.
At the same time, though, we will be limited in what we can do until Taine makes his move, because there's no way we're going to be able to go up against Taine and the guards, and I'd rather not start an issue with the guards until there is one.
Correct.
I guess the biggest question that should be asked is, what's the plan? We have all this intel, but we have no plan.
I
We
mean,
tell Nathan?
yeah,
Nathaniel? I mean, he's a part of the Queen's Shield. We might be able to get him the information. They might not question it nearly as much coming from one of their own, especially if it came as a tip
well, and especially
from a
if
reliable
it came,
source.
because Nathaniel is the son of the Turin family, so that carries weight in itself as well.
Correct. If it comes from him, it seems like it's going to be a lot more credible, because I tried to talk to our gracious hosts, and I say that with as much disdain as possible, of the games, and he seemed to have completely ignored me. So
I don't know why. You're such a wonderful talker.
well, if someone wasn't so consumed with yet another woman in his life.
Consumed.
I saw
I don't
the
know
way
what
you
you're talking
stared at her.
She's
The fire
tiny
genasi.
and angry.
She's tiny and angry.
And yet
Putting that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
If anything, she confuses me.
I don't need to hear about your confusion. Oh God.
I'm just over here drinking my drink. Just staring at you
You
guys.
brought your drink upstairs?
I did. Like, hey, can I get one to go?
Grabbed another one.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, no, we definitely need to get them. Someone credible needs to talk to somebody that this threat is taken seriously. As great as 6 soldiers are, 6 soldiers cornered, I mean, you throw a few smoke grenades in there, or you throw poison, or something, it's not going to end well for them.
Is this something we should tell Nathaniel tonight? We have time for you two to rest if you would like to rest, and we can go find Nathaniel now. But waiting till morning, while certainly more appropriate, may have consequences. I'm not really sure.
The biggest question unanswered is, does Taine have enough information to make his move tonight, or does he need to wait? I mean, he makes his move now, he runs the risk of everyone and everything coming down on him. If he waits until, say, the games are over and these items are being returned or placed back, he's got a better chance of getting it and getting away with less attention.
In any case, the longer we wait to inform whoever we need to inform, the worse it's going to be for everybody.
Well, I mean, I only need 4 hours, so we can go tonight. A few of us can go tonight. All of us can go, but we probably need to tell Nathaniel or tell one of the guardhouses tonight what's been discovered. And someone that knows how to talk to people, as I pointedly look at Kelvin, should probably do the talking then.
I'm sure we can figure something out. But yeah, we should definitely... Should we bring him here? Or should we find them?
Finding them would probably be easier.
Yeah, I mean, we can go to a guard station. We'll know there are guards there. We can ask if Nathaniel's on duty, or we can talk to whoever's there.
We could also just ask his parents if they know where he is.
Are his parents in the inn tonight?
They were in the stands.
Would not have seen them return to the tavern during your course of dinner.
So they probably went back to their estate. I know there's a guards station closer than their home, and I would rather not push our hospitality and invite ourselves to their home to discuss.
Oh no, I was wondering if they knew where he was, if they were in the tavern. I'm not trying to get them involved at all.
Okay, I misunderstood. My apologies.
Well, I am certainly down to go with you. This is something we should probably do sooner than later.
Yeah, let's
at least get them to increase the guard around those weapons.
Agreed.
As quietly as they can.
Who's coming with?
I'm going.
I'll go.
No reason why we can't all go.
Boom.
Snow will just start walking out the door and back down the tavern.
Is my cloak dry yet?
Yes.
Okay, cloak and armor back on, whip back. Pretty much rearmed myself because God only knows what's out there. There could be other lovers running around. We need to be prepared.
As we would. Relax, friend. It's okay.
That was sarcasm.
That was not.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay. All right, let's go then.
All right. Where are you heading?
Guard station.
Okay. It's a bit later in the evening at this point. Probably say
Yep.
You've had dinner and discussion, and now you're probably pushing. Well, of course, it is close to the longest day of the year. So even though it is rather late, probably closer to 7, there's still just a faint bit of sunlight visible just beyond the walls.
All right.
Well,
But you do manage
dim
to
light
make
is
it
bright
to the
light
guard
to
tower,
me.
and upon getting closer, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Oof.
Oh no.
Another oof.
Yep.
Oh, that's not great.
Cathalia,
That's my highest perception check
Yeah.
ever.
He made it out of single digits, guys.
He
What
made
did
it out
I
of single
see?
digits. He got a whole 10.
Yay, Kelvin!
Good job, buddy. The dice almost like you
Yes!
again.
My
But
highest roll of the night.
upon getting closer to the guard tower, I would say that most people would notice it seems, again, this time of night, the streets are a little thinner, but I would say for everyone except Cathalia, nothing really seems to be out of the ordinary. Cathalia, you notice that normally around the guard tower, there's not a lot of like standing, loitering or anything for guards, but as you get closer and even begin to move into the building, you kind of notice it looks like it's kind of a bear skeleton crew around here. You notice usually there's like 2 people there at the front desk. You notice a singular person sitting down, and then as you are looking around, you notice only one guard seems to like, excuse me, and makes his way past you and out the door and goes on to what you would guess would be another patrol.
Okay.
There's not a lot of activity. The rest of you are like, oh, hey, there's a guard tower. Let's go.
And remind me, this is about what time of day,
This be
night?
close to like halfway between 7 and 8. It's about 7:30ish. But being as it is close to the longest day of the year, there's still a bit of sunlight.
Right. Seems kind of empty.
They're probably everywhere. Well, they might still be able to, or at least point us in the right direction to go to.
Sitting behind the initial counter, you see what looks to be a bit of a middle-aged human male, kind of this dusty brown hair, simple colored, black eyes. Looks up to all of you. Hi. Can I help you this evening?
I will take a step forward.
Whoa.
Yes. We were looking for Nathaniel Turin. He's a friend of ours.
Friend, right. Roll persuasion
Do you
check.
know where he might be today? $14.
How do you know him?
We were the party that we're the group that saved him from the sewers.
Oh, right. I had heard about that. Well, he's out on patrol in the... And he kind of starts looking over. What do you need him for? He's looking through, like, some, like, papers. He's flipping through them.
It's a personal matter. Would rather discuss it with him.
Okay. Well, you did help clear the sewers up. Thanks for that, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
And he... Oh, there it is. He's actually overseeing... You'll find him somewhere between the Spiraling Square and the Earth Ward. He's kind of seems to be a part of the roving groups between there and another.
We'll do our best to find him. And if you get a chance, make sure you come check out the Coliseum. My friend over here, and I'll point to Tam, and myself are competing.
Nice. Unfortunately, this year I drew the short straw. This is my current station for the next couple of days. At least until tomorrow night.
Oof.
It's okay. Last year I had a ball.
I'll make sure to come by and tell you all about it.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Anything else?
No,
that's all the help we need, thanks.
Have
That's
a
everything.
good
Thank
night.
you. You have a wonderful evening. Head back outside.
Well, this could take a little longer than we thought, but
Well, we still should go.
All right.
Head that way, and
Who will be heading up this look for Nathaniel?
I will certainly be of assistance.
Okay.
I will probably, as the lead paranoid person, take charge.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please. And if Snow will
Oh
be
my
assisting
God.
you with advantage.
Excellent. Oh, 19. Not
19.
terrible. Thanks for the assist.
It doesn't take too long. Just for walking distance and getting there, probably about an hour. to
Okay.
talking with another guard and kind of explaining the story of how you know him. Kind of garners that bit of trust, and they're welcome to help you. But about an hour and a half-ish, you do find him just torch in hand, shield over his back, and longsword sheath, along with two other individuals, and they are just walking down the street as you come upon him. He kind of notices you. Well, evening. What's brings y'all around here? Especially this late.
You.
Me?
We were is it do you have a minute?
Yeah. And he kind of passes the torch over. Give me a second, y'all. And he comes with y'all. Is everything okay?
Is there a spot where we can get out of earshot of everybody?
Everybody? There's an alley probably about 10, 15 feet away.
Can we step over there just for a moment?
What's going on? Is everything okay?
We'll fill you in, but we'd rather not have other ears here.
We just need to talk to somebody we can trust first.
Kind of nods his head and looks back to his group. Just a minute, y'all. Keep patrolling. I'll catch up. They kind of look at each other, a little confused, but after a few seconds, they begin to move opposite of the party. He will follow you into the alleyway.
As we are heading in, this will be the first time Tam's ever heard this, but I am going to, I'm going to make sure I'm behind everybody, and I'm going to cast message to Tam.
Okay.
And ask him, it's like, should we tell him everything, or where should we stop? You hear that in your head.
I'm going to stiffen for half a second, and I'm going to
As
reply
you're walking
mentally.
along the way, you hear a familiar orcish voice in your head. Not with your ears, in your mind.
Of course. He's learned a new trick. I'm going to say it to myself. I wouldn't tell him that we're working with a thieves guild, and I wouldn't tell him that you're hunting Taine for this purpose. Merely...
And that's the end of the message.
Great.
25
words. Was it 20? I was going to say that wasn't 25 words, was it? I wasn't counting. I should have been counting.
You also don't know the spell, do you?
I would argue that I would. I've been around for a very long time, my friend.
I would say you're used to the concept of it.
Yeah.
It's been a while, though.
You're more used, for you, Tamara, I would say you're more used to the
Sending.
larger version of this, to where it spans great distances.
Mm-hmm.
No, we'll basically just drag Nathaniel into the alleyway while those two are figuring themselves out.
Okay. Nathaniel seems a little apprehensive, but you all did save his life, so he's doing his best to push through.
He'll basically just turn around and look at him. We're not trying to mug you. We're not trying to be weird. We need privacy.
You're being
this is
weird.
Something that... Sorry, we're trying. This is new.
Okay.
We're trying not to be weird.
He will head into the alleyway.
Begrudgingly, it sounds like.
He's definitely a little more like Tamriel levels of on edge.
He's thinking, well, they saved my life, and now they're going to take it.
Now they're going to take it. This is
full circle. I deserve this.
No, we'll just turn around. We know that you're part of the Queen's Guard. You're part of the Turin family. You're one of the best people that we trust, that we know. So, we're coming to you. We need your help.
Okay. I feel a little better. What's going on?
I'll step back up.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you make it then.
You can go.
We have some information. You don't want to know where it came from, but we have verified that it is good information. That the magical weapons inside the Colosseum are likely going to be the subject of interest of some less than particular characters.
There are some Black Vine members that are going to try and rob the Colosseum and steal the magical weapons for their own gain.
I've seen that they are guarded. I understand that you have both Queen's Shield and King's Blade there. We were just wondering if there was anything you could do, maybe put in a word somewhere with somebody to increase the protection. We'd rather not have these magical weapons go anywhere.
Roll a persuasion check.
We came to you because we trust you. Hopefully you trust us as well.
What was that you said? Sorry.
Roll a persuasion check.
Do I get assistance from Kelvin?
Sure.
There were 3 of us talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say with
Good,
the
because-
assistance of usually it's only one person can help, but with each of you adding in bits here and there, I will say yes with assistance.
That's good, because this was a +0.
Oh, same. That's why I'm
Thank you.
so glad it wasn't me.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. With an 18, it takes him a minute to... And you see kind of like, as you're saying certain key words like Black Vines, magical items, Iron Colosseum, you kind of notice he's putting the dots together. He's like, oh. Well, if their focus is upon this, we need to go now. They're not... Please tell me you don't have any dealings with them.
No.
Good. They're not...
We're hunting one.
What?
What?
What'd
What?
you say?
I said we're hunting someone.
Okay.
That's all she says.
But you're not in league with them, so that's good.
No, absolutely not.
We need to go. And I believe you. But no one else probably would if they hadn't been in the situation I was. You cleared those sewers, and you saved my life. We need to go to Iron Colosseum now.
Thank you for believing us.
Of course.
You want
The little
us to
halfling man refused to
go?
believe me.
Yeah, I can see that. He's not the nicest of people. Let me get my group, and we'll go there.
Okay.
And
Do you want us to go? Yes? No?
please?
Absolutely.
And he will walk out, kind of in a rush too, and look around. And then he actually has a little horn on his side. He kind of looks at it for a minute. It's like, that's a bit of a hesitation. Yeah. He takes out the horn and then after a little bit of a pause, he goes kind of this two-tone beat, and then there's probably a response not too much later with a similar two-tone beat, and then you see his group come like running back, like he explains to them what's going on, and they all look at each other, and the thing just goes, please. Why would they lie now if they were the ones that pulled me out of that sewer? And his two members with him kind of look at each other and nod their head. And Nathaniel looks back to the party. Let's go. And he begins to move with a rapid pace. Not like sprinting or jogging, but because he knows there's a while to go, he walks briskly, like fast.
Is there a fantasy equivalent of a siren?
Beetle, beetle.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Yeah.
Do they have a ring of commodity that they just hold in the air
Woo,
that makes
woo.
noises?
I got it. We will send Cinder all the way up. That way people will be like, what? And they'll actually get out of the way.
I can do that if you would like me to. Cinder
Well-
will clear a path.
there's not a lot of people out this time of night. Like, it does get a little denser as you get closer to the festivities. People are still partying and drinking, but Nathaniel kind of leading the front. You can see he's used to this. He's been a guard for a couple of years now. He knows how to get past the drunks and the over-enthusiastic people of the summer solstice festivities. You make it there pretty quick, probably about 35-40 minutes, and that's from where you were at. He gets closer, and as you begin to get closer to the Coliseum, you see Snow. You would notice this first as Nathaniel begins to make his way, and he seems he knows where to go because he's in the Queen's Shield. He knows where the game kept. As he gets closer to the room, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, God.
Here we go again.
Damn it!
15.
Wow. That's surprising.
Great job, guys.
Everyone except for Tam notices that there are two. Notices that actually, never mind. This is just for Snow. Snow, you notice that the door that he's walking towards is where the eye is being kept, and there is nobody standing there.
Oh, that's not good.
How far away from me is that door?
At this point, to see it from that far, probably about 45-50 feet.
And I know for sure that this was the door I had seen them in earlier.
Yes.
Double speed booking it to that door.
Okay. You go to run past Nathaniel, and Nathaniel's like, oh gosh, and him and his party begin to move quickly as well. As all
We're
you,
moving as everybody's moving that much quicker.
yeah,
My
pretty
whip
much it
is
would have been
out.
Snow would have took off right away. Nathaniel, oh gods, and tries to keep pace with her. Obviously can't. She's very fast. All of you
Only
get,
30 feet.
yeah, but
Crazy.
Snow, as you get up there first, give me a quick another perception check.
Better.
As you get
18.
up, what hits you first is the door is a little bit ajar. And then do you push in?
I would, yeah.
As you push in, the sight hits you immediately. There are 6 unmoving bodies on the floor. And at this point, the rest of the party catches up. Nathaniel kind of looks in as well. By the gods.
I was
He
just
looks-
gonna like
he looks to
back
one
up
of
a few
his-
steps and
looks to one of his group members, grabs him quickly, and says, "Go find the local guards," and pushes him off, and they both take off in a dash. And Nathaniel begins to move into the room. Does anybody else go in?
Oh, yeah.
Kelvin would go in as well.
Yeah.
How long does it look like these people have been here?
You can make a medicine check.
I would love to. 5.
You're unsure.
Can I make an investigation check? Look for any obvious poisons, any kind of obvious spell work components, any kind of obvious smells that would
say at this
kind of
point,
allude to
everyone
something
that's
like
in the
that?
room can roll an investigation check.
Oh my.
Nathaniel will roll his own. Natural 20.
Whoa,
Nice, Nathaniel. 19.
Nice. I would say with his level of investigation, along with Tam, you all looking around, and immediately you notice that 2 of them have been stripped down of their armor and most of their clothing. The other 4 are just on the ground, just out. And then you notice there's each of them, close to them, have this kind of like a turned over and dropped bowl of stew. And then you also notice, say with Nathaniel's, he points out there are 8 wineskins, but only 6 people. also the items within the cache are gone.
Okay, so the cache itself was left. Just the items are missing?
Just the items are missing.
Was
That
the
was a heavy
cache made to
pass.
look like it was closed?
No,
Was it closed
open.
or was it just left open?
It was just left open.
Smash and grab. They poisoned the stew or the wine or both. Nathaniel, I'm sorry.
He's just looking around, just trying to grasp what's happened. He's like, how? There was 6 guards here. And he's almost seems to be in shock. Like, he's holding it together, but he is just like trying to answer that question to himself. How does this happen?
Snow is most definitely in shock. She is just sitting there staring at them. She's like, I knew I should have stayed. I knew I should have stayed.
But as all of you are kind of taking this scene in and looking around, we'll go ahead and take our break there.
Oof.
Give everybody a good 10-minute break to digest what's happening. Get some water. And enjoy. Those of you that are with us for this adventure, let's say thank you so very much. Look over my alerts here. Saran, appreciate it. Matthew with a subscription, thank you. Huge thank you very much. We will be having subscriber emotes coming up very shortly. I have something a little special planned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. To Elmo Go, Miss Queen Rhapsody, Sash Mango, all of you for following. Thank you so very much. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back to continue this fun story. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging with us during the break. We're going to just jump right back into it here. So, before we went to break, the party had managed to convince Nathaniel that they had some pertinent information and needed to get it to him quickly, which they did, and quickly made their way across nearly the entirety of the capital before coming upon the Iron Coliseum, to which you noticed something wasn't right, Snow, when you saw there was nobody posted outside the doors where you had seen these items stored when not in use. Upon closer investigation and moving into the room, the party came across a scene of 6 unmoving humanoid shapes, which turned out to be the coalition of 3 Queen's Guards and 3 of the King's Blades. Nathaniel quickly sent off his own 2 members of his patrol to get more guards, and then all of you were just kind of taking in the scene. And that's where we come back in.
Which 2 were stripped? Was it 1 of each? Was it 2 queens, 2 kings?
You notice it was 2 queens.
Nathaniel, we should have warned your men to not try and run towards a Queen's Guard. It could be the men that did this. Their armor's missing. Their clothes are missing.
Why take their armor? And their
To
clothes?
hide. To hide. To escape. Because no one's going to stop a guard from walking out the doors.
Do you think they would have stayed here then?
I think they're moving their way out, and I think your men might come across them on accident.
Would you go out of the city?
And with hearing that, Nathaniel's like, I'm going to go get the other 2, and he moves out of the room.
As soon as he's out of earshot, I'm going to look at Tam. I think we all know where they went.
We know where they were headed.
They went back to the copper table.
Do we send guards that way? Or do we disappear and make ourselves look suspicious?
They don't know we know anything. Let's find out what we can. We've basically ransacked this whole room already.
Essentially, yes. To go over the details again, in case anybody missed it, because Nathaniel did roll a natural 20, so in case I missed anything. Looking over the room, probably spending about 20-30 minutes here, you notice there are 6 unconscious bodies, unmoving. They are no longer with us. You notice that 2 of the Queen's shields have been stripped of their armor and most of their clothing. Their weapons are still here. The box that held the magical items is completely empty. You notice there are... What disconcerts you the most is that there seems to be 2 extra empty wineskins just kind of thrown about, along with the 6 bowls of food, mostly consumed, and what seems to be remnants of a wicker basket, and about half a loaf of bread.
Can anyone figure out if any of this food or drink was poisoned?
We can assume, but that's not... Are you talking magically, or are you talking smelling, feeling kind of deal?
At all. I mean, is there anything anyone can do to see if these are poisoned?
Can I see if I would identify any natural poisons? Any mushrooms that are definitely out of place in this stew? Do I get any odd odors out of it? Anything like that?
Give me a investigation check.
12?
12? It seems to smell and look like normal stew. Has some kind of protein in there and various vegetables. You don't see any alarming plants or mushrooms, but it does have these things in there.
Okay. What about on the wineskins? Any peculiar odor? Any kind of odd discoloration near where the spout is, or anything like that?
I would say, are you checking every one of them or just certain ones?
I would say not the 2 empty ones, but the ones that were probably by the bodies, where the food was.
For those, they seem fine.
Nothing I can tell, but that doesn't mean it's not there magically.
No, we'll like hear him in her peripheral, even though she's not focused really, and she'll cast a detect magic just to see if anything goes off.
Okay. Aside from any magical items your party may be carrying, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary here.
And she'll just shake her head. There's no magic here.
I would say, real quick, it's not going to change anything, but on the locking mechanism, you do notice a faint bit of magic, but it is already opened. You would imagine it's just something to assist with the lock.
Right, yeah.
Snow, do you have any way to or Cathalia, do either of you have a way to help, like, discern how old these footprints are, or if there's any way to track where these people might have gone? I know there's a lot of footprints out there, but is there anything you can do?
I'm no natural tracker, but I can certainly try.
I mean, I've tracked beasts in the woods.
It's more than I've done.
Which is funny because you've lived in the woods a lot longer.
I didn't have to find animals, they came to us. It's amazing what they'll do when you're not trying to kill them.
Would that be a survival check?
Yes.
Can help with that.
I can. Well, I'm really good at that. If
I'll help whoever wants to actually do the look.
You go ahead, you're the ranger.
Go ahead and
All
roll
right.
survival with advantage.
okay,
19. Well done. Looking around, you can kind of make out mostly what seemed to have happened here. You can see that obviously the food was poisoned in some manner, and once that took hold, the guards were killed. And then as you kind of look through where the type of armor they chose and why they chose the Queen's Shield, and looking to the door, you walk out the door yourself, kind of looking around. You don't really see too much that would lead a path for you. Most of the road here is cobblestone. There's not a lot of like just loose dirt and mud hanging about.
yeah.
What you do find though is that as you're looking around, there seems to be what looks like a couple of almost like slash marks or scrapes along the kind of the door frame a bit. You could probably guess there was probably some kind of a struggle or a forced entry to this room.
The only thing I can really see is this, and then I point out the markings. But this is all stone and wood, and there's no blood, so it's not like I can track blood.
Well, thank you for trying.
So
What
what
are
do
we
we
gonna
do now?
We have
I
two
don't-
options.
Hmm?
We have two options. We wait here for Nathaniel to come back, or we head to where our best guess is. That's one of the Black Vine's hangouts, Kelvin, but there could be more.
Would they be so bold to take it there, though?
Maybe not straight there. Their first priority is going to be to get out of the Coliseum.
They're probably out of the
probably-
Coliseum.
Oh, yes. By now, yes. Then they're going to, once they're out of the Coliseum, they're going to imitate a patrol to get as far away from the Coliseum as possible.
We can still work with that, though, because the Queen's shields are not supposed to go outside the city. All we need to do is get Nathaniel or somebody with enough authority to lock down the city for now.
Yeah, but if their goal was to never get out of the city,
Right, but that means that the weapons will never leave the city either. Except,
They were
well, through magical means.
probably planning on using the weapons within the city.
Brandon, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we figure out about how long that they've been dead? Like, did I miss that, or was that not asked? Well,
Kelvin attempted to and did not succeed.
okay.
The answer you got was, they've been dead a while.
A while. Okay.
As far
That's-
as he knows, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Well, and based on what Snow knows from her scouting out and then us going back to eat and coming back with Nathaniel, it's been roughly 3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay.
So it could have happened any time in that period.
I would say it'd be probably about this time. It's probably been about another 10, 15, 20 minutes that you see Nathaniel coming back with this, not like a huge force of Queen's Guard, but probably about an extra 5 to 6 people with him, including his original group. Alright, this is everybody we could round up. Should we just be looking for someone disguised like us?
That's the best bet.
Okay.
Are you all really like familiar with each other? Like you're all on like everybody's first name basis with everybody?
Well, there's a lot of us, but hopefully we'd be able to figure
You would
out if
recognize each
someone's-
other relatively well.
For the most part, yes.
I would say go in groups of 2 to 3 and try and find. You'll find there'll be a pair. They're not going to be more than 2.
Okay.
And if you find ditched armor, then they're gone.
Okay. He turns to his group and he explains that to them. Everybody kind of nods their head. Alright, all of you go look for that. I'm going to head to the main station and hopefully get the city locked down. At least the gates. And then he'll
We'll go out and search as well.
look
Yeah.
to the group. They're going to be on that. I'm going to try and convince them to at least close the gates for the night.
Okay?
Until this is made wider news, I'm also going to send someone to check this out. Could you all, at least one of you, stay here to explain what's going on?
We can stay here. What
Okay.
do you need us to do? Do you want us to join the search parties? Do you want some of us to go with you to help convince to keep that, to shut down the city, to shut down the gates tonight?
I'm going to stay here with you all. And I'm going to send someone to go get the Watch of the Night.
Okay.
Do
And then
you
he-
know where the guy, the halfling who runs the tournament is?
Not where he lives, no.
You don't know where he's staying either? Oh, well, I don't know. Does he live here? Or is this...
Oh, he lives here. He works with the Iron Coliseum. He's
Oh.
That's his job.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't know if he traveled in for the solstice.
No. He's here all the time. Just this is the big event of the year.
Fair enough. Maybe try and find someone who does know where he is. He should probably be made aware that his items have been absconded.
Well, I'm not going to bother with him. I'm just going to go to the owner of the Coliseum.
That sounds good.
Is there a list of people who signed up for the Coliseum?
I'd imagine it would be, yes.
We might want to investigate. We might want to talk to those people who are on the list and see if we can't narrow it down.
There were some that did look suspicious to us while we were...
Oh.
That paid extra attention to the items.
Okay.
One of them almost looked like it looked as if he was going to try and put up a fight to keep his item.
Interesting. Let me get more help here.
Okay.
And he kind of turns. You see as he weighs down one of the groups that didn't quite venture off far enough yet. And they have a conversation for a minute before Nathaniel comes back. They're going to go get the head of the Night Watch. We will explain everything to him, and he has the authority to lock down the gates.
All right.
Probably about... Do all of you just wait here?
Yep.
Okay. Probably about 20, 30 minutes goes by before you see kind of an older male individual come up wearing a breastplate. The entire front of it is covered with the kind of the sigil of the Queen's Guard. And he has a instead of having like a kind of a cloak over his left shoulder, he has an entire like a cape along with a sheathed longsword and a shield over his back. And he begins to come up. And Nathaniel will begin to meet him, kind of like intercept with him pretty much. They have a bit
I'll
of a...
head up with him.
Okay. Nathaniel begins to explain to him what's happened. And this individual looks over all of you, looking back at Nathaniel. Nathaniel kind of gestures for him to go to the room. Alright. And he heads up as well. Looking in the room, you can just see the years of just sternness looking upon this place. Well, that is definitely bad. And you kind of turn back to Nathaniel, look over the group, and you're certain you at least know who was responsible for this?
Snow is still in that room, like, just sitting on the floor with her ears kind of folded over, just staring at them. And she just digs her claws into the floor.
Okay.
We have an idea.
Well, that's a good place to start. He kind of reaches into his pouch he has kind of on his right side, and he pulls up a familiar looking grayish stone. Lock the gates. Shut the city down. Keep it to a minimum, but nobody out or in until dawn. And he puts the stone away, looks back over the group. Well, all of you should probably come with me. I am the Sergeant of the Night Guard, Bryce.
Bryce is human?
Yes, he has a bald head, kind of shaved pretty close, with a bit of a trimmed beard, but then as it gets... It looks a little unkept. You think you may have kind of caught them on a little bit better day, but there's definitely like an attempt to keep clean looking, but he is also the Night Guard, so not a lot of super high ups hang around at night. All of you should come with me so we can gather this information together in one place.
The longer we take, the more likely we're going to lose all leads. We need to go while this is still active.
Where are you going?
Wherever the investigation takes us.
What leads do you believe you have?
What's his tone when he says that?
Make an insight check.
Never mind.
Seems stern. Definitely inquisitive.
Not condescending or disbelieving.
No, just pressing for more information.
Okay.
Do you answer him?
I'm trying to think of. So what was this question one more time?
What information do you believe to have to where you could start? Like, where are you going?
We don't have much. There's not much to go on. They did very well. But unless there are people out there who want to solve this, I know you guys do, but we do as well. And people might talk to non-guards more. We're just here to help.
And right now, the best way you can help is getting everything onto paper so it can be properly distributed amongst my ranks.
I'll look over towards the group. What do you guys want to do?
How much are you willing to tell them?
Hopefully everything.
Oh, we're not talking to you. Shh.
You did not just.
Oh.
Dear gods.
Did you actually say that?
No.
Okay.
I'm like,
Or-
oh my
yes.
god, no.
Yeah, Kelvin would have. He wouldn't have. He's not social enough to know that's not a thing to do. Yeah, he would have done it.
He's not
I
that
like-
intelligent.
I
No, he's
stand on my
not.
tippy toes and I put my hand over my brother's mouth. Sorry, he doesn't know how to talk to people a lot.
Obviously. So now you will be coming with me.
No, we'll kind of stand up and walk over. I'll go with you and help you fill out your paperwork if you wish. But you are wasting time and talent by keeping my party here. Let them go on the hunt with your people, and I will fill in the information you need to disperse to your men.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god.
Oh,
+0.
oh no.
Natural 20.
What?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
All of you watch as Snow, after having this kind of like shell shock moment, she relaxes her paws, stands up firmly, turns, and marches straight up to this imposing figure and gets her point across. He looks down at her, kind of these piercing blue eyes staring into you, Snow. You can just feel the weight of his vision upon you. But you don't give up. You don't give in. You stand upright and ready. Your words come across sharp, enunciated, strong. Kind of nods his head. All right. But I'm leaving some with them. My guards will be with you. Nathaniel?
Okay.
Gather your party. Stay with them. You, Miss
No.
Snow, will come with me.
No, we'll turn to Cathalia before she goes.
I do like the
Your-
awkward thumb thing.
The awkward thumbs up, just a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Snow will just say, "You're owed this. I'd rather be there with you, but I cannot allow all of you to be hindered by this. So on my behalf, go get that piece of shit."
Oh, I plan on it.
And Snow will walk towards the sergeant of the watch and just go with him.
Okay. And he just leads you away from the party, off to his own guard station. The rest of you are accompanied by Nathaniel and his group of 2. So you have 3 extra guards with you. It's probably at this point close to 11 o'clock at night, pushing upon midnight, with the travel, waiting, investigating, and everything going on. It's probably pushing 11:30 midnight.
Before we move on, you guys are going to have to get cool with some stuff real quick.
Who'd
Hey,
say
do
this-
what? I'm sorry, I missed
Who did you
that.
say this to?
Nathaniel and the other guards.
Oh.
What do you mean?
We mean you might want to lose your armor.
Yeah.
Why?
Has the night watchman, has that group already left?
Yeah, they're out of earshot. They took off.
Okay. I'll look to Tam and just kind of give him that like that the eyebrow lift, like, do I?
They need to know. Here's the long and short of it. Nathaniel, we're telling you this because we trust you. You and your family have shown us great kindness. Even in return, you could have just paid us and moved on. But you guys opened your... You've shown us hospitality, and you've shown us appreciation and respect, and we appreciate that. The man that we're hunting belongs to the Black Vine.
Okay.
The same man that orchestrated this whole mess. That was the reason why Kelvin and I even fought in the Coliseum, was to try and watch over these. I tried to warn the halfling that ran this show, and he refused to believe me. And I only wish I could have been more persuasive. The man that orchestrated all of this also killed Kelvin and Cathalia's parents. We came here seeking vengeance. We've worked with a few people that were not of the Black Vine to find out what we needed to find out.
Everything we've done has gotten us one step closer. We were glad to find you in those sewers, but you were not the reason why we were in those sewers. Everything we have done has been with the sole purpose of finding this man. And now there's even another reason to find him. We're not bad guys. But we can't be seen with the good guys either.
As he's kind of processing all this information, he kind of looks down, left, right. A few moments of just silence pass from him before he... in this moment, Kelvin, give me a persuasion check.
Is it with advantage? Since we were both talking?
I would say with both you talking, yes.
18.
18. He, as his head comes up, he attempts to reach for your shoulder, but can't quite make it. So he just kind of takes you by the elbow or bicep, gives it a squeeze, and silently nods his head before turning back to his two guards and says, "All right, well, you heard them. They wanted to go check out the Sky Ward. They believe that's the best place they would be. That's where we should go now." And the two guards, kind of hearing the story as well, they just nod their head and they begin to make their way away from your party.
After they leave. I hope he doesn't get in trouble for that.
I hope
Well,
that we don't
if
get in
everything-
trouble for this.
If everything goes smoothly, he very well may get a promotion.
Well, we better make sure it happens. We have to make sure that we figure out anything we can, and we don't have much time. So, did they ever come back with that list of participants?
Not in this short amount of time, no. But you know it was spoken, so you're sure it's going to be on the forefront of actions.
Yeah.
Well, let's head to the one place we know they might be.
That. You mean that bar?
The copper table. No, it was the fence. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
That's the
We-
one place we know Black Vines will be.
Okay.
This is walking directly into everything.
Yeah.
What choice do we have? You said it yourself. We'll lose any leads we may or may not have.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Okay. The party makes its way to the copper table within the clutches of the Earth Ward. So travel time there. On your way there, everyone give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nice.
5.
12.
I would say, Cathalia, you're the one that notices on the way through. And you guys are walking pretty fast. But I would say that as you move closer to the Earth Ward, I would say from this path, it would actually take you past the Gracious Pint. After you begin to move that path into the Earth Ward and you're past the Gracious Pint, you're walking and you notice this glint of kind of a shiny off to your left from one of the torchlights that are kind of just posted on the streets. And you stop the party and... well, that's 20, Jesus. And you look over and you can... looking at it real quick, you realize this is armor of the Queen's Shield.
Abandoned armor?
Yes.
Oh. Damn. Well, there went that idea.
No, we're in the right direction.
We're in the right direction, but there went the idea of spotting them. If they're in plain clothes, they could be anyone. At least in the armor, we would have had a chance to figure out that, hey, you know, it would have been easier to spot them, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. After that, the rest of you continue your path to the copper table. Upon getting closer, especially this late at night. It seems to be mostly dead around here. Not a lot of people out and about. You do maybe see like a random drunkard just on the side of the cobblestone road, passed out. As you get closer to the copper table itself, does not appear to be any interior lighting of any kind.
Oh.
What do you guys do?
So what's the plan?
We can go in. And ask for help. Go in and ask. I don't know. I don't honestly know. I mean, we're here.
We don't know anything about what's inside. We've just seen the storeroom. You're pretty quiet, aren't you? You both are, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait out here and I'll see what I can see inside.
Do you think you could be very sneaky?
I could certainly try.
You can always try.
I mean, it's not a forest, but similar principle here.
Well, I might have something that can help. Would not being seen help?
Certainly would.
I look to Cathalia. Would you like to be invisible?
Is there a catch?
And as she says that, I'm going to use I'm going to twin spell the invisibility, since it only targets one person, and I am going to make both of them invisible.
Nice. Nice. All right, so as you say that, you watch as Kelvin reaches outward with both hands and touches both of you. And first, each of you just see the other disappear before, as you take a second look around and realize you can't see yourself.
Now, you have 1 hour.
All right.
And I will find my way. I will find find a spot outside of the like away from the copper table to hide.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
5.
All right, you feel hidden.
Like I'm pretty far away. Yeah, I'm just like.
All right, but the two of you are now invisible, standing not quite in the middle of the street, but off to the side.
So behind a building, you see a hidden, very large orc in all white.
Yeah, hidden.
I never changed.
You haven't had a
I'm
chance
gonna-
to yet.
I was gonna say, and we see him, correct? We still see where he's quote unquote hiding.
Easy.
I'm gonna
Oh my
lean
God.
over in Elven and whisper as softly as I can to where Cathalia was.
Okay.
Your brother's about as good at stealth as he is Elven, and I'm just gonna walk away.
I'm kind of. I would think my giant frame is completely around the barrel that I'm hiding behind. You can see my knees and my shoulders and everything.
I've just
Right.
got this picture in my brain now.
Yeah, it's there. Oh yeah. He's definitely doing
I
his
want
best
a
to
car
hide.
decal with that.
He's just says above him, I'm stealth.
Yes.
Love it. All right.
All right, well, two of you are invisible,
I am-
and you've been informed you
yeah.
have 1 hour. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move quickly. I'm gonna look. Search the door. The front door. Is it locked?
It is locked.
I am going to search for traps.
Roll investigation. It's
Well,
not trapped.
huh?
It's not trapped.
Yeah, that's great. I am going to pull out my thieves' tools and hope to God I do a better job with this one.
Okay.
Hey.
25.
Okay.
Well done. Quietly, without too much noise, and difficult while invisible, but you managed to get your tools out, pick the lock, and kind of hear, click, clack, chick, chick. There you go. It's
Put everything
unlocked,
away.
but unopened.
Stand. Whip is out. Cathalia, be a dear, knock an arrow. I'm not going to block the door. Just be ready in case there's someone right there in front.
Will do.
I'm going to... Does the door open outward or inward?
It opens into the building.
Into the building. I am going to open that just as slowly as I possibly can.
Okay.
And try and avoid any kind of squeaking
The door
or
opens
anything
without
like
issue.
that. Okay. What do I see inside?
Inside, you see what you would expect out of a general store / tavern. To the far left is the bar area, and then directly in front of you are shelves lined with various tools, trinkets, items. Nothing greatly uncommon. Mostly like rope, wire, bottles. Kind of a not well-made weapons and not well-made armor.
Any caltrops or ball bearings?
Now you can see directly.
Okay. Well, I've got my own. I just didn't want to have to use them if I didn't have to. I'm going to move in. I'm going to keep looking around. I'm going to listen for any kind of anything, looking for any kind of light. Gonna try and investigate, see if there's, trapdoors.
Are you looking,
Hidden
or are you
doors.
actually taking time to investigate?
Taking time to investigate.
Please roll an investigation check.
23.
23. Nice. As you're going through this and looking around, you look back to the door where you'd come in, and you do notice what looks to be this bit of broken silver thread that seems to go across the entirety of the doorway.
Yeah.
Cathalia, what are you doing? You cannot see.
Like I don't.
You cannot see your ally.
Yeah.
You have no idea what he's doing. You just watch the door open itself slowly.
I don't hear footsteps or anything, right?
Make a perception check.
Like, would I hear his footsteps?
Roll a perception check. You can kind of hear where he's moved away from the door, but then after a few seconds, you just hear "shit" in his voice.
I very slowly move up, and I'm in the doorway,
Okay.
and I whisper, "What?"
They know we're here.
That definitely call for shit.
They haven't seen us yet.
With that kind of a roll too, Cathalia, after a few seconds, you do hear some muffled voices coming from the back of the room, along with the opening of a door.
I quickly whisper heads up.
I will crouch in the corner of the room that is closest to me.
Okay.
And I will go probably the other corner. Like, I'm not sure which corner he's at, but I would assume it's like middle of the room, so I go the opposite, but still close to the outer wall.
I'll say as I start to move, I might fan, especially if I heard her, I would fan my arm out kind of towards her and then give the gentlest of kind of, not shoves, but like kind of a hand in the back to kind of like guide in a direction that she should go, because I'm going to go the opposite direction, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. So I'm going to take the left corner.
Okay.
That's closest to the front door.
Okay.
As I guided her towards the right.
Okay. So 2 of you in there, and you watch as, after just not even a few more seconds of waiting, you watch as a familiar to you, Tamriel, female figure steps up, along with, flanked by what you can see 2 other individuals. All of them looking around and then seeing the front door. You hear Ovina's voice. Shit. And she looks a little panicked and she draws a dagger. And the other 2 do the same thing. And they're all just kind of looking around. I need the both of you to make stealth checks with advantage.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Nicely done. A few short seconds go by as looking around. Does anybody see anything? No. And then you watch as the figure to the left of Ovina kind of traces his hand through the air and mutters some words, and his eyes glare over. And then he looks right in the direction of you, Cathalia, and into Tamriel. They're invisible! And the other one, looks where he's looking and holds his hand up, and he will... What level is invisibility? 3rd?
Second level.
Second level spell.
Second level.
Just checking something real quick. Yeah, you watch as he goes, where? And the other one points, and his hand goes out, and you watch as this arcane force just domes outward from his hand, and it washes over the 2 of you, and your invisibility fails.
Well, shit.
There! Roll initiative.
Awesome.
Do I hear this going on?
How far away did you want to get from this?
Well, I don't think I'm super far. I'm far enough. Maybe at most 60 feet.
Then no, you would not.
Okay.
I would say, would you know if a concentration... You would know, though. You would know your concentration is broken.
Yeah. I would know that they lost... I believe I would.
You would, yes.
Yeah, you would definitely
hold
realize
concentration
that...
on it, so the thought process for me, anyways, and the call I'm going to make is that since you had to actively hold that focus on the spell, you would know something broke my focus. I did not drop this. Something broke it from me.
Okay.
Thalia with an 18.
I got a 13. I tried to tie it to a token, but
That's okay. This
it didn't want to work right.
theater of the mind for this combat.
Yar.
I did not expect you guys to go just straight in.
Well, I would roll initiative too if I know that that broke. So.
Yeah, you would.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Oh.
Okay. Kelvin, up first.
Yeah, so I am going to run towards the door. As what, like about 60 feet away?
Yes. So it would be double move.
Yeah, I will move to the door. I'll use the action to move to the door. How far in is everybody?
I would say, looking in, you can see that probably about 25, 30 feet away are 3 individuals. One familiar looking to you as you had been here before to peddle the gems. That would be Ovina. And then the other 2 you don't recognize. And then to, I believe if my descriptions are correctly, directly to your right and just in a corner about 5-10 feet away from you is Tamriel. And then off to your left in an opposite corner about 15 feet away would be your sister.
And is Ovina and them 30 at least? Are they 30 feet away?
Yes.
Okay, I will use my aggressive ability, which allows me to move up to my speed toward an enemy as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I will get in. I will just stop right in her face.
Okay.
Just getting in the way of them and my sister. And Tam, I guess.
Okay.
Thank God for I guess.
All right. As you rush up on Ovina, she's next in the initiative. She will has her dagger ready, and you're in a full-blooded orc rushing at her. She's going to attempt to stab you. With her proficiency modifiers. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. You suffer. I don't have enough d6 out for this. Okay. You suffer 12 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
24.
You succeed.
Damn.
You, as the dagger digs into your ribcage, you can feel a bit of a foreign substance attempt to enter your bloodstream, but you push it out and resist it with your orcish physicality. That would be, she's gone. So you're good. She's up. One of the gentlemen next to you actually will move around and get on the other side of you because you are the biggest threat, and he will attempt to stab you as well. $22 to hit.
Hits.
You suffer 10 points of piercing damage. And make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
8.
Fail. Low rolls. You suffer 6 points of poison damage.
Kelvin's down.
Kelvin drops. Thud. And then the other 2. All eyes move to Cathalia and Tamriel as your brother falls. It's your turn initiative. What do you do?
Oh, me?
Yes, Cathalia.
I'm gonna do Dreadful Strike.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for the guy that stabbed my brother and made him fall.
Okay, roll hit.
12?
12 does not hit.
Damn it. Okay. I really don't want to get closer yet. So, is it an action to ready an arrow? Like to ready something?
If you're going to hold an arrow, yes. because you're essentially holding your action until something triggers the effect.
Okay. Well, I'm done then.
Okay. The third individual will look towards you, and he will Cathalia, and he'll fling a dagger at you. Natural 20.
Yeah.
You suffer 23 points of piercing damage,
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
but seeing as he threw his blade, you don't seem to suffer any other effects. Taine, it's your
I
turn.
think that was enough. I'm gonna step within 10 feet of the one that dropped Kelvin, because I would have I've got one, but I can't. It's too dangerous to try and mess with it. I'm going to attack the one that was the one that dropped Kelvin.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Hits.
Please tell me 22 hits.
It hits, yes. Sorry, it didn't go through. My bad. It does hit.
I was like, oh god.
Yeah, it didn't go
Okay.
through. My bad.
I'm also going to use Radiant Flash.
Okay. Go ahead, yeah.
And add a d6 to that. Stick, that's a total of 13 damage.
Nice. To the one that dropped Kelvin?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Still standing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to attack again on my bonus action.
Okay.
With a 25 to hit this time.
Definitely hits.
For 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And before I end my turn, Olvina, we just need to know where Taine is.
Okay.
The rest of your organization can stand. That's not our concern.
Okay. Anything else?
I would have taken, 5 feet of movement?
Yes.
I'm gonna step back to where I'm not leaving the shop. I'm in the doorway.
Okay.
Kind of so that I can't be surrounded like Kelvin was.
Right.
As much as I don't want to leave him on the ground.
Yeah.
But I can't risk them getting around us, cornering us, or more of them coming in without us knowing.
Right. Okay. Top initiative.
And I'm done. Please, God, roll a 20.
Avine looks at you rather confused. You broke into my shop and then demand to see someone of my members? No. And you watch as she takes her dagger behind her back and then flicks it towards Cathalia. $16 to hit?
No.
All right, nice. You watch as she pulls that dagger back and flicks it at you. And barely in time, you actually take your longbow, and you block it, and the dagger just sticks in your longbow. And you can watch as it goes and sizzles against the wood. Not enough to damage your longbow, but you can tell there was something foreign on that dagger. The one that was standing on the other side of Kelvin looks to Cathalia, seeing that she was able to block the dagger, and he will move in and he will attempt to stab her. Oof. 7.
No.
All right, yeah. As just as you block that one dagger, he comes in and goes to stab as well, and you just knock his hand aside with the other side of your longbow. You do use longbow, correct?
Yes, okay. I do.
Yeah, so you essentially wield like a bow staff right now. You block the first one, and then you take it under and knock his hand aside.
Nice.
But it's now your turn.
And he's like right in front of me, right?
Yes, he's right next to you.
It would be disadvantage to try and shoot him since he's so close, right?
Correct. I do not believe you have the crossbow expert feat. So
I do not.
yeah.
Could I... How far does Misty Step go?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Can I use my bonus action to Misty Step?
Yes, I believe it actually is a bonus action spell.
It is.
Wait. So I will click that. I want to go over, I guess, to the doorway, or maybe over where Tam was.
Okay.
So, I don't know exactly how far that is, but
It would not be that far. The two of you
Okay.
were only about 15 feet apart, and then it was 20 feet to get to, or 25 feet to get to where this group had come into the room.
gotcha. But like from this new area, I want to shoot the guy that just tried to stab me.
Okay. Well, hit.
Oh, please do something better than 12. Hey,
No.
25.
Hits.
Yes.
And is this the one? This is the one that rushed you, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he drops.
Thank God.
Down. One
You've
to go.
actually funny how this would have happened. You notch your arrow and let it go. When you hit him, like it doesn't look like a lethal wound, but where it impacted into like kind of the underneath the armpit a bit, you look for that soft spot in his leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on your arrow, and that connection you have with your prey actually is enough with that psychic force to drop him.
Okay, so after that, after he drops, I can I aim? Well, no, I can't aim. That's an action. Well, yeah.
Well, you can take
Okay.
aim, you just can't actually fire.
Okay, so I want to aim at Olivina,
Okay.
and I will say very angrily, "Where is he now?"
Are you attempting to intimidate her?
I want to think I'm intimidated, or intimidating.
You roll intimidation check.
Oh. 14?
She seems unfazed.
Damn it.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. The third individual will actually pull out a small hand crossbow and take one shot at you, Cathalia.
Of course he will.
A whopping 2 on the dice, so I don't think that hits.
No.
And you watch as he quickly
Sorry, bud.
reloads it and then takes a shot towards Tam.
Lovely.
13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay. It's his turn. Tam, you're up.
I'm going to again step in far enough to take aim at not Olvina, the other one, the one with the hand crossbow now.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to hit with my whip.
Okay, roll to hit.
12
does not hit.
Mother. Yeah, I'm gonna move back to the door.
Okay.
And I'm gonna yell to Olvina, we could have brought guards, we could have made this a raid, we could have destroyed this outpost for you.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
She'll look at you. Right. That's why you have to die now. Top of initiative. She will pull out a dagger. Watch as she kind of does something behind her back with it. And she will fling it at you, Tam.
Okay.
21 to hit.
1 hits.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
That's a 3.
Fail. Right.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and set it down.
Take 12 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Are you down?
No.
Okay.
No. I am just assuming it's going to be a ton of poison damage.
Really good. 12 points of poison damage.
Now I'm down.
Okay. Githala, you watch as this dagger flies past you, hits Tam, and he stands for a minute, and then you see a little bit of foam at the corner of his mouth, and he falls over unconscious.
Oh, shit.
The standing other individual will... Actually, no, he's down. That's right. I didn't make that note there.
Oh, he's down too?
He is down. No,
So it's just me
the
and
one that was up next was down, so now it's your turn.
Oh.
Let me take him out of initiative here.
I was
There
like,
we go.
whoa, I
Fixed
missed
it.
that.
Yeah, he's down. I didn't make it on my notes here. But your turn.
I know what I want to do, but it's probably not a good idea.
Okay.
Um. Because I know if they hit me again, it's not going to be good.
What are you doing?
Can I do Dreadful Strike and a Hunter's Mark? Or, hang on. I'm going to shoot Olvina.
Okay, roll to hit.
19?
19 hits.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. You
How's she look?
shoot the arrow, and you kind of miss your mark a little bit, so you hit a little more of the armor than you planned to, but you do see where she kind of winces in pain. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The other individual will close the gap to you, and he will attempt to stab you. 18 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. Take 13 points of piercing damage. At the end of his turn, all right. Elvina will kind of take the arrow, and you watch as she kind of snaps it out. And then she will reach for her third dagger, which you've seen. It's the last one she has on her belt. And she kind of... You now watch as she dunks it into a sheath that's kind of behind her. And then she flicks it towards you. Cathalia? 14.
Does not hit.
So the dagger she kind of winces from the pain. You can watch in her motion of throwing, it kind of throws her off, and the dagger goes right past you. It's the end of her turn there. He's out. Your turn, Cathalia.
Really quick question, just because I don't remember.
Sure.
Is Cure Wounds a bonus action spell or a full action spell?
It is an action to cast. So I don't believe we've talked about... I'll get with you after stream about that. For now, I'll let it be a bonus action, and then after stream, we'll have a discussion.
Okay.
As long as you should keep it below second level.
Oh yeah, no, it's first level either way.
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to use my bonus action to do Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for healing.
Fine, that's not terrible. That's better than what I had.
At least you're still conscious.
Yeah, I know. So it's Ovina and the other guy still, or did the other guy die?
The other guy is right in your face, and Ovina.
Oh.
He closed the distance to come at you and missed. No, he hit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he took me down a bit.
Yeah, he rolled really well for his damage rolls.
Would I be able to get my dagger out while still holding my bow? Or is that
no, I'd say
a whole nother?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to get my dagger out and try and like stab him.
Sure, we'll hit.
11 is not, yeah.
As you go to take your dagger out and make a swing with it, seems to be more experienced with closer combat than you are, and he quickly just kind of jabs your hand to the side using like the pommel of his own dagger.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Okay. His turn. 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
Whew. He comes in for his dagger, and you're kind of getting used to his motions now. Just take your longbow and knock it aside, and standing there defiant, longbow in one hand and dagger in the other. See with his turn. Ovina, looking at you, you see she shifts a bit to the left to get a better angle on you, and she has no daggers left to throw. So she will actually close the distance to
of course.
recover one of her daggers. and then stab you. It'd be bonus action to pick it up. Would it be to pick up a... Is that considered interacting with an object, or do you just pick it up?
I would say it would be no different than pulling it. Not trying to argue against us or our success here. I would say it would be no different picking it up off the ground than it would be pulling it from a sheath. So I would say bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So she comes up to you and kind of puts one hand up in a guard as you see her crouch down real quick, and as she rises up, she will attempt to stab you. 15.
Does not hit. Oh my god.
It's the end of her turn there. Cathalia, you're up.
And now they're both,
They're both
within
5 feet of you, yes.
Fuck. I wish I had message or sending or something. Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna stab. Which one looks rougher?
It would be the male individual.
I want to
Unnamed
stab
Rogue
him.
2.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to stab unnamed Rogue 2.
Roll a hit.
His name is Bob.
His name is what?
17?
Bob.
His name's now Bob. 17 hits.
Does Dreadful Strike go on daggers too?
It should be any attack roll. I'll have to check the
okay.
wording of it. Is that one of your ranger features?
Yes.
Give me a second here, y'all. I'm looking this up. You went with Fey Wanderer?
Weapon strikes. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage. Okay.
It is a weapon.
It is.
Yeah, any weapon. So yeah, you're
Sweet.
good to go there.
Cool. How's he looking now?
He seems okay. He's
Damn it.
taken 2 stabs from you so far.
Ugh.
End of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ovina is going to use her bonus action to dip that dagger down once again, and then attempt to bring it into your kind of like a lower torso area, kind of near the ribs.
Mm-hmm.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
15.
Succeed.
Oh, thank God.
You take 16 points of piercing damage.
I'm out.
You're out?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm out. I was at 14.
Okay. Snow, as you go with what seems to be the overguarding captain of the Night Watch, he leads you to his office within the nearby guard station and sets you down on the other side of his desk. Right. Well, you seem rather forceful in your words, so let me know everything there is to know about this thievery within my station.
Certainly. And she will tell him everything at this point. She will go from Taine murdering Cathalia and Kelvin's parents
Okay.
to the fact that they thought he might have some underground connections, so they went there for information,
Okay.
which led to them cleaning out the sewers and saving Nathaniel.
Okay.
And from there, getting the information about Taine being here and being in some part of hierarchy, and that he might be interested in those magical weapons. She will just lay out everything.
Okay. This probably takes a better part of an hour or two. Making sure you go through all the details, everything going on. And at the end of this time, he's just writing and stopping to ask questions here and there. But once it's pretty much done, he just kind of looks over his notes. You hear this kind of heavy sigh, just when you think you have a grasp on things in this city, something new comes this way. If I was able to get you with someone, could you describe this Taine person so we could put a poster out for him?
I actually don't remember if Snow actually saw him. I believe she did, yes.
You did, yes. I believe
Yes.
He was the one that made his save for your burning hands, and then his brother was the one that failed. So he was within at least 10 to 15 feet of you.
He took half damage, I think, from that, but he still got away because Snow chose to check on the nobles instead of chasing him. So she would have seen him, yes.
Okay.
But it was also dark, so I wasn't sure how many details she would have gotten out of it.
Even with grayscale vision, you would be able to maybe not give color of hair or eyes or skin tone, but you could give a physical description.
We will give what she can.
Okay. About that time, it's a couple hours into the morning before you are released. And he says he will be in touch with you and your group. Ask where you're staying. You tell him, of course. Then he goes about getting what you can guess, the news spread amongst the city. What do you do?
She would probably go find Nathaniel, actually.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Come on. 9.
After a few hours of searching and beginning to push actually into dawn, you do not find Nathaniel.
I do not find him.
Correct, you do not.
Interesting. Well, she knew where the party was headed, so she would try to make her way to the copper table?
Yep.
Yes.
She was with me when we found it originally, so she would know where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you get to the copper table and dawn is coming upon, you notice that the front door is closed and that there is usual amounts of traffic going on this time of morning. Most people just kind of barely awake, getting to and from where they would probably work or professions like that. Make a perception check for me.
Certainly. Come on, roll better. 16.
16? How close do you get to the building?
She will actually cast Pass Without a Trace and get right up to it.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please.
Oh my god, these rolls. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so 30.
30. Nice. Using the kind of casting shadows from the dawn light, you move closer to the building, and looking inside, you can see what seems to be clear signs of a struggle. You see, looking through one of the larger... The door itself has a smaller window on it, and looking in from there, you can see just down, kind of to the left and right, you see what looks to be two, not huge, but definitely like gatherings of blood.
She will try to see if she can sneak in without alerting anyone.
Okay. You go to grab the door handle, and it is locked.
She can see inside.
Yes.
This might be a bit odd use of a spell, but can I try to use either produce flame or burning hands to melt the lock?
How subtle do you want to be with this?
Preferably as subtle as I can be.
Produce flame. Give me a general wisdom check.
Oof, not good. 7.
You're trying to get this flame that usually is probably decently fist sized to compress down and increase its heat, but you can't quite manipulate this arcane force as you're seeing fit. Anything else?
She will, since she can, burn a wild chip, have Cinder appear inside the building, since it is a spot that she can see.
Okay.
Hush, cat. I'm busy. And kind of doing the same thing between her produce flame and Cinder's flame seed, just try to work the door down, as long as it takes.
Okay. Once you apparate Cinder into this space and you begin to work over the door, you see two shadows kind of come out of your peripheral. Two individuals coming up to you. Excuse me, miss, can I help you? And you look and you see there are two Queen's Guards there.
Can you get someone to maybe open this door for me? I had friends that were going in here, and, well, it seems to be locked now. And she'll kind of point inside, and clearly some sort of altercation has gone down here. There's blood on the floor. I just want to make sure they're all right.
And they'll look inside, and they will see Cinder. And like, what the hell is that?
She's mine. It's fine.
Yours? Call it off.
Cinder will immediately just disappear.
And they'll look at you and be like, you need to come with us.
I've already been talking with you. I just got let go. Help me.
And one of them will pull out a pair of manacles. Give me a perception check real quick.
Another one? Yes, sir. 25.
25. You're kind of watching as he reaches for the manacles because you're definitely on edge now. And as he reaches over, a bit of his sleeve comes up on his arm, and you can see this kind of a black vine tattoo just up on the wrist a bit as he reaches for the manacles.
How close are they?
They are
The two of them.
Right there. They're pretty much engaged. They would be touching bases with you. They are engaged with you.
And is there one on each side of me currently?
No, they're both in front of you.
Then she sees the vine. She sees them coming after her. She is going all in, and she will cast Burning Hands on both of them.
Okay, that's a dex save.
Dex 14.
Pass.
They still take half damage.
Okay.
So that is 7 fire damage.
So half of 7 be 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And she'll basically just say to them, "Don't start with me."
Okay. There's no need for initiative here. It's just the two of you. So they will now attempt to... One's going to attempt to grapple you. So I need a strength check.
Mm-hmm. A strength check?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. Nice.
Oh my
Natural
God.
20 for a 19.
-1.
As he kind of push towards you, you just instinctively push back, and he's actually shoved 5-10 feet back. Prone
He
even.
is going to... Well, it's his turn, so never mind.
Yeah, you
No.
actually knocked that one 5 feet back and on his ass. I'll say for natural 20, yeah, I'll give it to you. The other one, shit! And he'll go for a short sword and attempt to stab you with it.
Mm-hmm.
And as he goes to unsheath his short sword, he like struggles with it. It actually seems to be like locked or stuck within the sheath. Like, he rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
His weapon is stuck. Your turn. What do you do?
What can we do? What can we do? Well, there are 2 ways I can do this. So, let me just double check something real quick.
Sure.
Man, it's a good thing she picked this up last session, or last level up. She is going to use Misty Step, which teleports her 30 feet. So
Okay.
she's going to go 30 feet down the street,
Okay.
which is her bonus action.
Okay.
And she will use movement and action to run down the street. And with feline agility, she can double her speed, so she is effectively going 120 feet for 1 round.
And you're just going to
And
run?
she is running down the street, screaming at the top of her lungs that the Queen's shield is harassing her.
Okay. We will end tonight's episode there. With combat effectively
Oh boy.
broken. Crazy night, huh?
Mm.
One word for it.
That's 3 down, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys.
I've got
Been
the
fun.
best idea for a new character. Just wait.
So
I'm sure we can.
next Wednesday we will see how this story continues. Look forward to seeing all of you there, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, to those of you that followed during the stream, thank you so very much. My subscribers, again, another huge thank you. I've got my artists working on our emotes. I'm looking forward to getting those rolled out soon. But we will see all of you next Wednesday. Please be safe, have fun, and No, you'll be fine. All of you have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday. Good night.